What's up? Danny High Soccer with Colony, helping people do their business better. Today we're going to talk about the differences between the original AfterShokz, now Shokz Opencomm UC, and this newer version of the Shokz Opencomm UC with USB-C dongle. And we'll include a mic test as well. So stay tuned. So let's take a look at the original AfterShokz Opencomm UC. It's their first foray into the enterprise space to create solutions that are compatible not only with mobile devices but also computers. And so the packaging itself is fairly identical in terms of the outside, but you'll see that the new version here, it's got the Shokz branding, where the older original version had the AfterShokz branding. And then when you look at it inside, you'll see the placement of the dongle. So in the original version, you had the dongle, a little slot right there for the dongle, and then now you have this little pouch where the dongle is located. The headsets physically themselves are identical, except again for the branding, if you happen to have one of the original AfterShokz branded versions. This is the original charging cable. So what the newer version, they made it longer, right? So now you have a longer charging cable. And then the other huge difference is the dongle, right? So now they have them available in both USB-A and USB-C. So now you'll have both options, right? So you get these little dongles are now available in USB-A and USB-C. And I know, like, my laptop is all USB-C. I have no USB-A ports, so I have a ton of these little adapters around. The new version comes out of the box pre-enabled for multi-point connectivity, meaning that you can connect to your laptop and your mobile device without having to go through some special process, but we'll show you all that. Let's get this guy plugged in so you guys can hear how it sounds. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back. So now we have the Shokz Opencomm UC paired to my mobile device as well as my computer via the USB-C dongle, and it's really simple to do. So when you have the headset, don't plug in the USB dongle just yet. Turn the headset on, and you turn it on by pressing this plus button, and just press and hold until you hear pairing. Then you go into your Bluetooth menu on your mobile device, select the Opencomm by Shokz, and pair. Then you plug in your USB dongle into your computer, and it just pairs automatically. It was pretty quick and easy, painless. So that's the process for that. And the way that you mute is during a call, you press and hold the plus and the minus button at the same time to mute, and then you press and hold the buttons to unmute. Multifunction button has a lot of different feature or functionality. Play, pause music if you click once. If you press the multifunction button twice, it'll skip to the next track. If you press the multifunction button 3 times, it'll go to the previous song. For phone calls, if you get a phone call on your mobile device, if you press the button once, it answers the call, and if you press it again during a call, it'll hang up. So now let's test the microphone performance of the Shokz Opencomm UC with some household noises, right? I'm here in my home office, and these might be some common noises that you hear throughout your day. So let's start with, I think this is a vacuum cleaner. All right, so currently there is vacuuming going on in the background, and so this is what it would sound like if you were using the Shokz Opencomm UC, and there's vacuuming going on in the background. Let me see. I thought there's other funky noises around here. So this is what it would sound like if you were using the Shokz Opencomm UC, and there's like a washer or dryer running in the background. This is hilarious here to me. All right, so I currently have the volume of this television up to a very appropriate volume level. So if I was sitting here in my office just working, that's very reasonable volume level, right? So let's go from reasonable to unreasonable. All right, so I'm just going to crank the volume up all the way up, max volume on the television, to see how well the Opencomm UC headset performs. Of course, no one should ever have the volume all the way up, but if you do, this is how this headset would perform. Let's find out. Halfway there. All right. So now the volume on my television is all the way up.
Now, as of this week, the areas with higher than usual non-fatal opioid overdoses
Right, so
are
this is what it would sound like if you were using the
Pennsylvania,
Shokz
Powell, Kentucky,
Opencomm
and
UC
Walker,
and you have the volume
Alabama.
of your television all the way up. Man, that is so loud. Here's a blender. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this guy on, and then I'm just gonna crank it up. All right, so this is what it would sound like. Here, let me show you guys. This is what it would sound like if you were using the Opencomm UC by Shokz with the blender running in the background. All right, let's turn that guy off. Because dogs are very common in today's environment if you're working from home. So if you are working from home, I know I have a dog and he goes nuts every now and then for whatever reason. And this is what it would sound like if you were using the Shokz Opencomm UC and you had dogs barking in the background. That's a little dog, right? So now you're maybe have to go back to the office. I know some folks are going back to the office. Not everybody is, or maybe you're doing it hybrid. But anyway, let's take a look and listen to what this background noise sounds like. All right, here let's show you the decibel. All right, so if you were working in an open office environment and you had other people around you, this is what it would sound like if you're using the Shokz Opencomm UC in this type of environment. And I'll shut up. All right, so there you go. There's a quick kind of comparison between the original AfterShokz UC, Opencomm UC, and the newer Shokz Opencomm UC. And they now include that little dongle. So that's fantastic, the USB-C dongle, because I know a lot of laptops today have only USB-C ports, so that's a great thing. If you have other questions about Shokz, because we do get them a lot. One of the questions that we get from folks is, can you use the OpenShokz or Opencomm UC with earbuds or other type earbuds? The answer is yes. You can use them with other earbuds because some folks do have multiple mobile devices, some for work and some for they just want to listen to podcasts or music while they're available to take a work call. And so they do have that option to have that because, again, you're an open ear. There's nothing in that ear. So you can do it. I'm not a fan of that, but, everybody's different. But, again, if you have any other question, comment below. Let us know what those questions are, and we'll do our best to answer them. But for now, if you like this type of video, subscribe so you guys can see the very next videos that come out. All right. See you next time.